gentlemen, is where you should never put black socks over white socks.
I'm quite glad that you brought that up, because I would have made that mistake.
Well, that's why I brought it up, because we already made that mistake, haven't we, Mr. Rob?
Yeah, alright, yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I was wearing boots, I didn't think it'd matter, but, obviously...
I always notice. Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, and small herbivores who have inadvertently downloaded a podcast into a tiny, tiny character. That's what I count.
Now that is a market that needs tapped.
MP vegetables.
Yes. Give vegetables a reason to exist. Let's face it, you don't eat them. If it didn't have a face, then it'd be alive at some point.
Excuse me, sir, which animal suffered the most on the menu? I will take that, thank you. As you may have guessed, this is a lock-in. It's finally a lock-in. We finally managed to hopefully get around the technical difficulties and crank one of these bad boys back out.
I do apologise. As I've said on the forums, the Old Oil House is not responsible for any moments of sanity or lucidity you may have developed through not having our podcast for a week or so.
More to the point, we are the dealer. We decide when you get a hit. You have to beg us for our audio gold. Beg us. Hey man, got these cheeseburger, man.
Please never rub yourself like that again in front of me.
Not like this.
I didn't realise we were in South Central this week.
More than South Central, son. So yeah, we've got a lock in, so we've got a bit of news to go through. We've got some questions. We've got some randomness.
And we have a mystery voice.
Yes. So we'll go around, we'll do our introductions. Obviously, it's me, it's Stuart Dark Ages. I'm taking over this week because Adam is away. Strangely away.
I'm Chaos MV, as per usual. No AKAs this week, because no Adam.
AKA?
Fuck you, buddy.
He paid me off to do that.
Oh!
And we're joined by a third this week, because we feel we need a third, because me and Rob rambling along is a bit boring.
Very.
Plus he brought beer.
There's always a reason.
Cheers.
It's Paul, aka Mr. Elijah Uder himself.
I'm impressed, you got it right.
I tried my best.
We'll have to edit that out.
Elijah Hunter, there we go. Gotta quit that balance. Elijah Hunter. So, we'll start off with what we've received in the post since the postman came and knocked on the door and put things through the door and made us pay extra charges because customs are bastards. That we didn't have last time, the last 2 weeks that we did a recording session that somehow made it onto the internet via the medium of magic gypsies.
Ah, he's upgraded then.
Mr. Rob, anything to report?
No. To be honest, I've not really got anything apart from borrowing a game off a friend. I've started Assassin's Creed Brotherhood.
It's a good game.
Not just the cheap knockoff I thought it was going to be. It's actually very good.
It did impress me, and I was expecting it to be a cheap knockoff.
One thing we do have to mention is I did get a little tie through the post. I did Mr. Stew, Mr. Adam, and Mrs. Robinmus. We got some mini-cons off Tricky. Sorry you didn't get to hear us opening them on air, Tricky. We did when we tried recording before, and there was giggles and there was fun and there was tears because Becca's one was broken.
Yeah, which is a shame.
Yeah, but no, thank you very much. It's much appreciated. Everyone loves mini-cons. Some more than others, i.e. Adam.
Yeah. And between us, we got 2 makeshifts of a heavy tread.
Yeah.
Heavy tread was the one that was broken, by the way.
Don't worry, we don't hold a grudge.
I do.
Okay. Stu does.
Yeah.
I'm sure Becca won't.
Yeah, even though it was her who got the broken one.
As long as he didn't deliberately break it, repackage it, and then send it out.
Son of a bitch.
You wouldn't have done that, would you, Tricky?
The deviousness.
It's terrible.
It would explain the crappy sweets, though.
Oh, the sweets were god-awful.
Not what I was expecting.
And as a man of science, Tricky, I would like you to tell us what exactly was in those sweets, because it wasn't sweet stuff.
Do you really want him to answer that one?
Probably not, but I feel that we need to.
It means there'll be someone on the forums. Mr. Paul, have you got anything in the last 2 weeks' worth of comment?
No.
Oh, okay. Short and sweet. Just how we like it. I feel like I'm going to brag a little bit now.
Commence bragging.
Brag mode engaged! So in the last couple of weeks I've got a few odds and sods. Video game wise, I got Bayonetta, borrowed off a friend. That game is fucking mental.
Do you want to touch me?
Yes. She's dirty and she's covered in hair. Which isn't right, but it's good. I don't know what she does to me, it's weird. But yeah, I'm enthralled by the idea of changing her hair into a giant bird thing which eats a monster.
I just couldn't get through that.
And makes her naked at the same time. It's just... Devil May Cry is a bit over the top. This just like blasts off into orbit of over the topness. Shotgun shoes. I'm currently using her with shotgun shoes. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy.
I'd just like to say you should never use a woman who has shotgun shoes.
You should. It's awesome.
Or at least get her to take the shoes off first.
No, leave them on. Oh, baby. Oh, that's my face. I also borrowed Mass Effect because I'm willing to give it another go. And I'm enjoying it a lot more than I did the first time round.
Is that because you've got a pillow with you this time?
No, I don't know. I'm enjoying it a little bit more. I don't know. I'm having fun. Yeah.
I may have to give it another go at some point when I have nothing to do for 5 months. That's how long it'll take to get past the first level with all the talking.
My mate Dan has put 40 hours into the second one. 40 hours of his life gone on that game. Yeah.
Not compared to some people with Final Fantasy.
Only with number 7.
How many hours did you put into that?
First time, second time, third time, fourth time, fifth time. In total, I'd say I probably ran up nearly 900 hours. Because I do like that game. I can just pick it up and go back to it whenever I like.
Still say it's the best one.
Yep.
I did actually get some toys.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
I do believe I still owe you a beating for one of the things you got.
I'll build up to that. I got a couple of Blind Pack Mega Bloks Halo dudes. And I finally got the pink Hayabusa dude.
Nice.
So that's... he looks a bit camp.
Looks a bit donut-ish.
It's lightish red. But no, it's you know, it's a Halo Mega Bloks thing. It's kind of cool. Other one was an Elite I've already got, but not a problem. I've got a bit of third-party stuff. It's mostly been third-party stuff, actually. I got my G3 trailer, which I don't know if I mentioned last time or not. It's a thing of awesome.
Okay.
Makes Prime a lot better, and I've got a bunch of guns and swords from the other guy. Recommended. I also, a couple of days ago, got my Corbot V War Axe. Which is that thing that you...
Why didn't you say Prime's axe?
Because it's not, for legal reasons. It's a Corbot. It's a Corbot V War Axe.
Okay.
It is a real chunk of awesome.
It is very sweet.
And I reckon if anybody's got a War for Swords on Prime, I'd say get it. Or even if you just want to do the axe, get it.
I actually want that toy for that axe.
Mm-hmm. Listen, people. Axe from the glass. Axe from the plate. Axe from the can. Axe and stuff. That's what it's for.
Okay then, and I command you to go and axe some American TV shows.
Oh, I will, but only the good ones.
No!
In the tradition of American TV axing.
No! Spare the good ones.
What's
kill
this?
The lame ones.
Firefly, I must destroy you!
Small comedy show. Better Off Ted. The ratings seem very good. We will axe it.
Destroy them!
Very poor. The ratings were poor for Better Off Ted.
Oh, no.
Why?
There was no character development. Everybody was the same throughout. Got bored.
Yeah, but people didn't get bored of that with 10 seasons of Stargate.
There's a good reason for that. They're all nerds.
Nobody... good
Nerds
God,
sitting there doing horrendously intimate things to themselves as they watched.
And good God, Smallville has got to a 7th season and they reset reality every episode.
Yes, you don't need to mention those ones. They're awful. We all admit they're awful. But they still get the ratings because some American geeks are just... they lower the bar. We raise it so high and they bring it back down again.
It's okay.
It's okay, Paul.
There are
Take a
some
breather.
shows that are so bad they're good, though.
Shit, my dad says.
Shit, my dad says. That's so bad, it's good. But then again, it's Shatner. Hail to the chief.
Shatner.
Alright, that one. Last two bits of things that I got then we'll move on to some news. I got my fans project Crossfire. So I got a little target master for my Henke Rodmas. And some shiny bits to go on his back.
Yeah, what else did you get?
Well, that's the other bit. I love that look. It's like tasty jealousy.
I can't hold it back for much longer.
I can eat it out of the air. I got the fans project protector armour. That jealousy. I love it, Rob.
Don't do that with your chopsticks.
Just be glad I didn't bring it around this week. I almost did. So me taunt you a second time.
I'm surprised he hasn't sent a picture every day.
Don't give him ideas.
Do it. Forum post every day. It is a chunk of awesome. I wholeheartedly recommend it.
It is gorgeous.
And even if you don't want that, get the Crossfire. He doesn't fit perfectly in Hot Rod's hand, but I still think he's a good little figure. Yeah. If you're that fussed about it, you could do a little bit of cleaning down on the back handle, or take it off completely, and then you'll hold it properly. Which I'm still tempted to do. And that is just about everything I got. There we go. I'm going to eat a bit of pizza. Listen to this.
That sounds yummy.
If not.
Hark, what is that noise I hear in the distance?
Me eating pizza?
No, it's more melodious than that.
Is it me hitting things with an axe?
No, I think it's the news.
It must be the news jingle then. Ladies and gentlemen of the Old Eye House, I'm not Ron Burgundy.
Damn! I always
these days.
Yeah, I always get surprised by that one.
Nor is that Champ Kind with sports, or nor is that Brick Tamlin with the weather. It's just me, it's Stu. Because we've had a bit of a technical breakdown, blah blah blah, I've really had to hack this down to stuff that I really wanted to mention. Oh, nice. Here's my notes from last week. Right, I can't even read that. What? Right, we can ignore that. Right, so here's a few things worth mentioning. They're probably completely in the wrong order. But here's the thing, if you don't like it, go to Russia. Okay. Yeah, Russia. That's what you got.
Yeah, tough Rush.
You can listen to every podcast you want from A to backwards R.
Full.
So, we've got a bit of third party stuff as usual.
Seems to be how we're doing at the minute.
I know. Although on the bright side, what? 1, 2, 3, 9 bits of news we've got. We've got 1, 2, 3. 3 of them on third party. So start my off again. So we'll do the third party stuff first. A company called Beeble Boss. I've done a cliff jump upgrade set. Similar. You better leave this in because that's comedy gold. And Beezel Boss have done a similar package to Fans Project and done a cliff jump upgrade. Gets a pistol, gets a bazooka, gets a new head. It looks awesome. Give me a price, I'll buy it.
Fair play.
Only thing is, this is for a figure that is now 18 years old. So, I don't know whether I don't think it's a grand idea in some respects. But, meh. If you haven't heard already, Cup and Scourge are out in the US. Yeah, this news is like 2 weeks old now. Yet more pictures of Perfect Effect Reflector. But it's also worth mentioning that TF Club have done a reflector, and it looks a bit better as a camera.
Is Stu torn?
Stu is torn because Stu likes the idea of one that lights up. Then Stu also likes Perfect Effect. Because I got the Frenzy Rumble set and I really like that.
At least you know you're getting the quality with them.
Yeah, I've got them before. Give me a price. I think that's what it's purely going to come down to, is price.
Yeah. As it does with most things.
On availability. Let's see now. Next up we've got Predaking Ruiners, Crazy Devi.
Ooh.
And I didn't have a Predaking for them to ruin. They're going to be doing some Bruticus upgrade stuff next.
To ruin your Bruticus?
Break your Bruticus. I hope they fixed it, honestly. I would like it if they'd fix stuff. It wasn't damaging everything. Hands up, if you can do it, get it done. Warpath.
Wham pow, arcing jet of semen.
Prototype images of Warpath.
Hoorah!
Stewie wants so much that I cannot believe how much I want a Warpath. There's only one figure possibly I want as much, which I don't believe I want as much, even more, but I'll come to that in a bit. We know that Masterpiece Rodimus is shipping. Various people have it, various people are already complaining about it. As
well, if you don't like it that much, send it to me and I'll give it a good home.
Yeah, we'll give it a good home. I think the best way of putting it is looking at the short pack T&I strip for this week.
Yeah.
I've got my box, I've got my instruction pamphlet, I've also got the internet, which allows me to watch a video to work out which bits I've broken and which bits are broken already. Yeah. That's what I'm getting from that figure from a lot of people.
Not surprising, really.
Let's see. Obviously the Botcon set has been announced, and it's animated, season 3x5. And we're getting the Stunticons, hooray for Dave. So obviously we've already got pictures of the red one, whose name escapes me.
It's terrible, dude.
I can never remember the Stunticons. I've never been able to remember most of them.
Is it because they suck?
Dave, I didn't say that. That was Rob.
I was just asking a question. You're the one who nodded in agreement.
I did not!
And I thought it went without saying.
You bastards. We're videoing this from future. And everybody can see me stuff my fat face with pizza. But yeah, they've revealed images of the animated Breakdown, which is a remold of the animated Rodimus body, with a new head. So that's Breakdown's third convention exclusive figure.
And a swishy.
Third figure.
Third figure.
I was going to do that, but like 2 minutes, like half an hour later, randomly put it in the middle of somebody's question. Figure. Yeah.
That's overworking it just a little.
Yeah, but that's how I got to go. Now, I know Rob saw this and went, ooh. I saw this and went, ooh, that's kind of cool.
Really? We're talking about that now?
No, we're talking about animated Breakdown. Not my,
Oh, right.
not
yeah.
my penis.
Right.
Yeah. We said we wouldn't talk about that. And I said I would go have a look at it. I also said you should get yourself checked.
Let's continue.
Airing our dirty laundry on air. It's not nice. But yeah, animated Breakdown, it looks nice. It's animated Rodimus got a new head.
I don't know, it's just... It was the paint job didn't grab me.
I like it, so screw you. It's not often I report on Dark of the Moon stuff. Mostly because I want to avoid spoilers.
And because we hate Michael Bay.
I wouldn't go, I don't hate Michael Bay, I just hate Michael Bay's Transformers films. So
I
it's the
hate
second
Michael
one.
Bay.
I don't. I love him because he made Bad Boys.
He produced Bad Boys. There's a difference.
Oh, I thought he made it. Oh well. I don't care. And there's I can't remember if these are official images or not, but it's the Dark of the Moon Leader Class Prime Woody's trailer, which then combines with him to make a mech suit,
which looked, I have to say, quite horrible.
For those who haven't seen it, basically I want you to imagine this G1 Prime trailer, yeah, and then peel it like a banana, so you've got like the front bit and then all the bits peeled off it, stick it on his back. And there we go.
So it means you can't walk through doorways.
So it's Optimus Prime Dragonzord mode.
Kinda, but Dragonzord was slightly better in the fact that it went on its shoulders, whereas this goes on his back and gives him big bits on the top and the side and up his legs.
Which makes no sense.
Yeah.
Is there a little dude somewhere with a flute that sounds like a trumpet going... Because that'd be cool.
Kia!
Sounds like it'd have about as much flexibility as the Power Master Optimus Prime.
I'm going to do some name dropping here. When I was on Moonbase 2, a couple of weeks ago, we said a similar thing. And this was before we actually saw the pictures that we thought it was going to be a brick. And I commented on the fact that I was going to be hitting small kids with it saying, "Stop complaining about it, we had Power Master Prime! That was a bigger brick!" The little Prime in him didn't even have separate legs! And I'm still going to do that.
So what? You're going to hit them with the movie Prime?
Yeah,
and
in
then
the
say,
box.
Don't complain, we had this, and hit them
With Power Master Prime, yeah.
saying, see, it is a bigger brick.
Look at my brick! I'm not going to say that actually, that might be misconstrued. Just from safety's sake. Running around toy shops screaming at kids, "Look at my brick!" might get me in trouble.
Yeah, just a little.
You know, no more than hitting them with toys. But yeah, I know. You know what makes this worse as well? Is the Prime figure that comes with it looks fucking awful. Now, I'll put my hand up, yeah? Movie Leader Prime from the second film looks nice. It's a nice looking figure. It's not what I want. I'm not interested in the movie stuff, but it's a nice looking figure from what I'm told. It's about as close as Hasbro's ever got to making a masterpiece. Fully expect Japan to re-release it as a masterpiece at one point.
Guaranteed.
You know? And then to see this... Ugh. Disappointment. How about some non-disappointment?
Yes.
Last bit of news, and it's a doozy. Transformers Prime figures have been revealed. We've got, where are we? Well, I'm going to go through each one as I saw them. We've got RC, who looks awesome.
She does look quite nice.
And actually looks like a decent bike Transformer for once. Want to see some more pictures, but I'm sold on that, I may have to get it. Then we had Starscream. He suffers from Transformer under a plane syndrome.
Yeah.
His chest's behind the cockpit, his waist is underneath the cockpit. Yeah. Robot Mod looks okay if you like the design.
So, lazy in other words.
It's planes, they're always going to have troubles with planes sometimes. When they're trying to squeeze them into a scale, there's always an issue.
Yeah.
Even the awful, wonderful Thunderwing is still part of a man underneath a plane. Then we had Bumblebee. I want a Bumblebee. I feel wrong and dirty.
I must admit, his robot mode didn't look too bad. And it seemed to transform quite well into the car.
Of course, these are Photoshop because these are the official pictures. So it looks as shiny can be. But, I want a Bumblebee.
I didn't like it that much.
I want one. I can't believe I'm saying it, but I want that Bumblebee. Something not right. I might have to leave the podcast. I don't feel like I'm a proper fan anymore. I'm liking Bumblebee.
I like Bumblebee.
Yeah, but you still like Bumblebee from the 80s.
Hell yeah.
Then I saw Optimus Prime from Prime. Oh dear.
Yeah, that was quite terrible.
If it's a bad photo or if it's just a bad figure. I hope it's a bad figure.
Yeah.
I can forgive a bad photo, but it doesn't look very good. And then was the one that disappointed me the most. I saw this morning, and as I was scrolling down the pictures, I went, "Ooh, Megatron, robot mode, he looks fucking awesome!" Just like the show. Really great. Scroll down a bit more. There's his alt mode. That looks really... Oh, fuck, there's his face. Basically, for those who haven't seen it, you've got like the back of the ship, you've got the curved bit where the main body is, and you can see his head poking above, so you can see his eyes. I can see you as he flies around.
No, it's like he needs to look because he hasn't got scanners to give him direction.
Oh, I hate that. I hate it so much.
He's just old, he's getting short-sighted.
I've really fallen out with the idea of Megatron doesn't need an alt mode because he's that badass. I've really fallen out with it now.
Yeah.
Because I can think of at least 3 Megatron toys from the last few years where you can see his face in vehicle mode. First movie stuff, you can just see it. Second movie, it's like, there! I'm a tank! Looking where he's going. This one, oh, it just looks silly. I might still get it, I might just never transform into his vehicle mode. Glue his joints together and say he's an action master.
Yeah. That'd work.
But yeah, the pictures are floating around on various sources. You'll generally find most Transformers news sites, including our own, will link you to wherever they are. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the news. On a side note, I will not be holding my celebrity golf tournament this year. Too many people died last year.
I wish you would sort the insurance issues.
I refuse to pay it.
It wasn't that big an excess.
It was.
It was only 7 figures.
Yeah, still too much.
You could have taken it out of the old oil house petty cash.
It's gone. It's been spent on cheese strings and toys.
Damn. That's where that mountain came from.
Mountain of cheese strings.
Yeah, and the rest of it was paying for the backed up toilet that was caused by the cheese strings.
Citizens.
Cheese whiz.
I love cheese. Anyway, that's the end of the news.
In case you couldn't guess.
Yeah. So, Mr. Rob, what are we doing next? Have we got some homebrew?
I say we go with the homebrew.
Do some homebrew then, and I'll eat my pizza.
Okay. So the homebrew from last show, all those many moons ago, we do apologise once again for that. Adam, we're not incompetent, honest. With the recent news, which isn't so recent anymore, that the Predacons were originally going to be the Autobots known as the Anibots, we ask you, if you could go back to the development stage, who would you change the faction of, Autobot to Decepticon, Predacon to Maximal, etc.? What would be the major differences and why did you choose the character? First one, pretty much my favourite.
From Tricky.
It's Tricky. And it's a good one.
By the way, Tricky, should be an axe heading your way pretty soon. Got him one of them.
You threw an axe at the barman.
Yep.
He wanted his tab paid.
I can pay with money or buy an axe to the face.
Oh, God. Lawsuits. Again. So,
He can't sue me, it's in his contract.
we have contracts.
Yeah.
Yours is brutal.
Maybe I should have read mine.
No.
So,
Never read them, just sign.
Tricky says, I'd have Tripticon as an Autobot, specifically as a wannabe Dinobot. Keep his purple colouring, but he's badly repainted himself grey, gold and red. He's constantly trying to get Grimlock to anoint him a fully fledged Dinobot, but the Big G just sees him as an embarrassment. Eventually he turns himself into his base mode, and the Dinobots use him as their headquarters. They have a well-defended, secure homestead, and he gets to have them inside him.
And I bet after about 6 months they move out and it's full of just empty Energon beer cans and snacks everywhere.
Yeah.
And Tripticon's pregnant with a baby.
Me Grimlock, not father.
No.
Maybe him
Slag.
Slag.
Just to... no, I'll do it after the homebrew.
Okay.
Just remind me, there was something I wanted to say.
There was something you wanted to say.
Remind me after the homebrew.
Oh.
It's not after yet. Just in case you were thinking.
Is it after now?
No.
Now.
Aww.
Shut up!
Are we there yet?
Rob, I have an important news story. Is it after now?
I'm going to see if I can remove your eyes with this toy.
Bring it. Yeah, Axe beats Minicon.
Package for Mr. Is it time yet?
Logan Blaze, damn a hard one. Some ideas.
Bow chicka bow.
There we go. The series itself gives some very good options. Jetfire as a con. Imagine him joining the Seekers. Would overshadow Screamer very quickly if he was evil. In fact, would kick his ass. Grimlock as a con. Damn and...
I can't read. Edit.
No, it's safe. I'm not going to sneeze. Grimlock as a con. Damn, an erudive, evil Grimmy would really float my boat. Dude, we really don't want to know what floats your boat.
On a side note, Decepticon Grimlock wouldn't be any different.
Yeah.
Except maybe a bit nicer.
Yeah.
Although it would give you the ability to have that awesome line from Dreamwave put into animation or something.
It would be badass.
Yeah. What? Even if the big Megs told you to jump when you were riding with them, what would you have said then? Me Grimlock, badass. I'd really love to hear that. But what about Skylynx? Not as an arrogant know-it-all, but a conniving, brutal schemer. A Hannibal Lecter type of psycho. I could almost imagine him Megazord style to the Predacons as a new set of wings bottom half could separate into boosters like Victory Leo.
With an Optimus style mask which had grills in it.
I've got a good idea for that one. I'm going to say once you finish reading.
I have a few others in mind, but closing this one in honour of the great Aaron Kincaid, who passed recently, will be missed. He also adds, that's it. Bye!
Right, here's my idea.
Okay.
Go with his idea of being like Hannibal Lecter. Yeah?
Yeah.
So he kills Ultra Magnus and wears his face. Hello, Arcee.
Just skin him completely. An Ultra Magnus suit.
On his face.
I hit his spark with a nice bottle of Energex.
Putting his face into doors so it looks like he's standing there. Hello, Grace. I'm Ultra Magnus.
Megastator. Is it time yet?
No. Going back through some old cats. What if the Dinobots were Decepticons and the Constructicons were Autobots? This to me would make more sense, as then you've got the big nasty monsters and the good guy construction vehicles. Also, what if Blaster had no cassettes and they were all Decepticons? Blaster would be then massively outnumbered and Soundwave would have a massive army. Now I'm rolling with this thought. Megatron, how could you square a good guy leader being a Walter PPK?
I'm going to share something.
Go on.
I'm just going to show part of my geek rage. If memory serves, he's not a Walther PPK. That's what Bond uses. He's a Walther P38.
Correct.
Nerd rage!
1 point to Mr. Stew.
And can it? I like the idea of the Constructicons as Autobots.
But I think the reason the Dinobots wouldn't work as Decepticons is just the fact that people like dinosaurs.
I think they should take it one step further with the next one though.
Well,
don't just give Soundwave all the tapes. Switch each of his tapes round. So Soundwave actually has Autobot tapes. He can't release them because whenever he does, they try to sabotage everything he's doing.
That'd be quite funny.
also, giving Soundwave all the tapes means that Ravage and Steeljaw would just spend all day like hissing at each other in there.
And with the Constructicons, have them as Autobots until they combine.
I'd make him a Decepticon.
Yeah.
Kind of like in Dragon Ball when they do the fusion and just become arrogant.
No, that's just Gohan.
Well, no, when Goku and Vegeta did it, they became uber arrogant and wasted all their time showboating.
It's true, but wouldn't you?
Yeah.
There's worse ways
If you
to
had
work.
hair like that.
True.
Also, we have the Doctor. He says, I would change Scround into a square just to piss Blaster off.
That wins.
He's got enough going against him. He changes into a wheel and his big thing is his arm. Making him a square.
I quite like it. So, that was the homebrew.
Some good homebrew. Have you got one set for next one?
Yes, but we'll do that at the end of the show.
You were going to say something.
Yes, I
But
was.
there's no time now.
And then gone.
Speaking about dads and stuff, watched episode 5 of Young Justice.
Mm-hmm.
Superman's a super douche.
Duh.
I liked the idea when they first did the Young Justice thing of Superboy turning up and Superman being kind of like the whole, not kind of like, look, we'll find you a place to stay, you can stay with my folks, and they will teach you how to be a good human, kind of thing. I'm glad they didn't do that, because that was just too kind of, I know this is aimed at kids, but, critters with some intelligence. But no, he just acts like somebody who's just had a girl walk up to him and say, by the way, this is your son. Sort of thing, and him just kind of going, I'm going over here now. It's like that panicky, I've just found out I'm a dad thing, which I kind of liked. But for the big Boy Scout to not actually own up to that sort of responsibility, it's a bit kind of,
He's not his son. He's his clone.
Yeah, but they're playing that metaphor with it.
Rule 1, get over it. Can you imagine Wolverine taking X-23 on a picnic?
Yes, they kill their own food.
The slaughterfest, yes. Picnic, no.
But no, it's just Superboy actually goes to help in Metropolis and basically gets Superman telling him off, and then when he says to Superman kind of the thing of, hey, I need some help figuring things out, Superman just runs off on a mission. It's like a proper kind of, I really don't want to hang out with you sort of thing.
So you've been saying it for years, he's a dick.
Yeah.
No, it's not that. He's just jealous. Superboy's still got his whole life ahead of him.
And hasn't been rebooted as much.
It's a fair point. But no, I just had to say that because I was so disappointed after episode 3. It was so disappointing and looked like it was going to be a terrible series. And episodes 4 and 5 have just lifted it up. And I'm really excited for the rest of the series now.
Okay. Fan wankery aside on Young Justice, is there a homebrew with this somewhere?
Yes, there is going to be a homebrew, but as I said, I would do it at the end of the show. Do the questions, dude.
Son of a bitch. Promoting Young Justice right there in the middle of our podcast. Well, since you're going to do that, then I'm going to have a brief mention about G.I. Joe Renegades.
Which is also very good.
Destro!
Yes.
Proper Destro!
That was quite good.
Oh, and Serpentor.
Yeah, I like what they've done with Serpentor.
Giant Snake. Giant King Cobra.
So when is he going to get turned into a man?
That's done.
And have the classic line, I was once a snake.
Once
a snake.
I don't know, because I was chatting about this with Slick. Hi, baby. And we were discussing the fact of whether the will or whether it's just been a name drop. Maybe, season 2 or 3, maybe they will. I also discussed this with Andy. Yet again, dropping names. Andy from Moonbase 2. I'm in some big circles. And he said hopefully at some point he would rise. Using quote marks.
I like the
Rise.
quote marks.
Yeah. Because then that would be the rise of Serpentor.
Yeah.
But no, as per usual, Renegades is absolutely knocking it out of the park. I love it.
I have to say I do love it also because Snake Eyes saves the day so many times. He's just being ninja awesomeness for ninja awesomeness sake.
Yeah.
It's great.
On a side note, if he ever tells you to leave a building, you should bloody leave.
Yeah.
Should we do some questions then?
We could do some questions.
Right. So, questions. One from Tricky. And not so much a question as a comment at the beginning. Remakes generally suck.
Some of them do, yes.
Yes. A small franchise is rebooted and generally fails due to the original having mined all the good material from it, so the remake appears derivative and in comparison. Or is it changed beyond all recognition of setting the fans of the original? This wouldn't be the case for a crappy franchise. Take something with a solid premise that was poorly executed for whatever reason and could easily be remade into a hit. So what failed TV series, movie, video game would you remake, and what would you do differently so that it succeeded this time?
I think I said last time we recorded that I would do Mask, because I really loved the idea of Mask. I mean, the idea of having this team, this covert team that drive around in normal cars and then all of a sudden transform to be other things.
And let's face it, we've got the toys.
Yeah.
With stealth force.
Yeah. I think it'd work really well if it was given a. I mean, I know we're always saying it, but if it's given like the He-Man
2000X treatment.
2000X treatment, so it's actually got a serious continuing storyline. I think it might have a shot.
Oh hell! In a few months we might be saying give it the Thundercats treatment.
If that works out, which I so hope it does.
Please say it works out.
It has no snarf, it's already failed.
It does have snarf.
It has?
It comes with the tank.
Snarf,
Snarf, snarf. Though that might be all he
God,
ever
now
says.
they have failed.
That might be all he says though. He might just be like a Pokemon.
He might be a Pokemon.
Snarf, snarf.
What's that? Snarf?
Snarf.
Somebody's down the well.
Snarf, 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 snarf.
He's out.
Arma's attacking the castle. Snarf, snarf, snarf.
Snarf, 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 snarf.
Deary me. I'm trying to think of something else on what I said on previous ones, because this is the problem. I forget things.
Just go with the flow, dude.
Oh, I think I did. I need a bit of kitchen roll.
Dude, again.
Centurion, yes. I would like a remake of Centurions just to see what they would do with it. But I want it live action.
And don't make the bad guys so silly.
I think that's a given
Doc
with most
Terror!
series. You know, credit. I mean, okay, yeah, you're aiming these at kids, but you know, credit the kids with some intelligence.
See, I want to say something right now just because I mentioned Doc Terror. Who at a medical school went, Okay, that's Dr. Jones, Dr. Smith, Dr. O'Reilly, Doc Terror. This guy's going to try and take off the world, isn't he? Maybe I shouldn't teach him
No,
things.
his name was actually Dr. Terry Rory.
Ah, Dr. T. Error.
Yeah, but they didn't have enough space on his badge. And he looked at it and thought, Terror? Fine, I will be Terror!
That's why he wants to destroy the world, because they messed up his name badge.
Yes.
Dear.
Good a reason as any.
It's along the same lines as my personal physician, Dr. M. Inbender. Balding gentleman. Moustache, monocle. What else? Think of something.
Rain of Fire.
See, I like that film.
I do like the film, but I think it would work much better as a series.
Yes.
Because they shoehorned a lot into the movie. Just to take it in reverse, and rather than a series or something better, take a film and make it into a series. There was so much information shoehorned into 1.5 hours.
Yeah.
You had no time for character development or anything, so it was just, take this, enjoy it, end of.
Yeah.
I want more dragons and more, yeah, and more,
yeah, it would actually
And
be
more.
quite good.
I'd put a nanny scream in there somewhere. It had been a while. I honestly can't think of much else. Oh yes, I would take Firefly and do exactly what they did originally, but just let it go
Yeah.
and have more than one season.
Yeah.
I would just sit there with a big stick and hit any Fox executive that came near it with the word cut. Sack!
No.
Go away!
You'd have to make sure you change the. You'd have to remove the producer stroke director stroke creator stroke.
Reading.
Yes, he'd have to be removed. Otherwise, they'd all turn out to be transvestite lesbians.
Yeah, I'd remove them and just make it so they're all lesbians.
Yeah.
You just see any of these storylines. Ultimately, they all become lesbians. The man has some serious penis hate issues.
I really hate penises, even my own. Sits there writing Buffy the Slayer while punching him, Vampire Slayer while punching himself in the crotch. I hate my penis! Oh, and then she can stake the
That would
vampire.
actually explain Series 6.
Isn't that the one where everybody went lesbian?
Yeah, just about.
Even Spike.
But wouldn't you just for Spike?
I'm saying nothing. I am not saying who I would go gay for. Captain Jack.
I was going to say, there was that one time we went round to yours.
In a
You
minute.
covered up those pictures really, really fast.
In a minute. Shut up.
Sure, you
But
even
which
had-
Captain Jack did he mean?
Not Sparrow. Definitely not Sparrow.
Savvy.
Just while we're on that subject, Lego Pirates of the Caribbean.
Looks so cool.
Bring it on! Yeah, I'm excited about the Lego game.
Next
What's wrong with me?
question.
Next question,
Have
yeah.
you seen the budget for the new Torchwood?
No.
Just got on the Captain Jack thing.
Go on.
They sold it to America.
Uh-huh. Do you know
The
about?
budget for it is almost the same as Deep Space Nine.
They better do some good work.
No, they're not. They're going to ruin it.
Plus the cast looks fairly good.
Well, hang on, yeah, they need to pay that much money just to shoehorn everybody back into it.
I do like the idea of Lone Star entering the cast.
What?
No.
Yes, he's in the cast.
Lone Star. Hang on, Brad.
Spaceballs.
I hate Lone Star. Anyway, next question. It's Megas Tater. He digs giant robots. I love Megas Tater. Your homebrew got me thinking. Should never do that.
No.
Remember when it became apparent that Soundwave was the face of the Decepticon logo and Prowl was the Autobot? Autobot logo, which Prowl was an Autobot. It's kind of obvious. I always thought it looked more like Hot Rodimus, anyhow. It wasn't aimed at you. It was Hot Rod, not you.
No, it doesn't.
That's okay. It's just when that voice goes like that, I do get the
It's
urgency to run.
those first.
Yeah. I have those visions of Adam sort of standing up my bed, rubbing his legs.
With the oil.
Macho Man tank. It's on.
Oh, don't remind me, Dave. Don't remind me. Trying to
Those
repress.
tassels.
Trying to repress.
Anyway, what do you guys think it would have been like if that is how the show would have been? Would Prowl and Soundwave lead in the forces instead of Prime and Megs?
it would be like a real-time strategy game and be incredibly boring.
Yeah.
Ah, unless Megatron was actually Soundwave's interpreter. Nobody could understand him. So Megatron was running the show. Soundwave is the figurehead.
Good work.
Soundwave says, give Megatron the reward.
Soundwave says, Starscream, you're an idiot.
And anyway, he would probably automatically send Optimus in first, so nothing would really change.
He'd probably still, going off the newer version of Prowl, where he's IDW's douchebag, he'd probably just sit there going, yeah, I'm going to stay back here and think about why we shouldn't blow stuff up. You guys go blow some stuff up. And then when it gets blown up, I can say that I never knew it happened.
He is such a douche.
I think the most words coming out of his mouth would be disavow any knowledge.
He'd take a vacation.
Ugh, I did a vacation.
Except he'd probably leave Bumblebee in charge.
Which has already happened.
And that, lady and gentlemen, mostly gentlemen, wraps it up for the questions. Get out of here, questions!
Didn't have to hit him.
It's the only way they'll learn.
Okay, so, a homebrew.
Yes, give us a homebrew or I will axe you in the face.
Not the face!
Yes, the face.
Right, considering our, I was going to say, all-important leader, but, he's not really all that important, is he?
All impotent leader. I'm implying he's got erectile dysfunction. And that's funny.
Considering our dictator, Adam is not here.
Dictator.
I think we should get our listeners, our fair listeners, our slightly unhinged listeners.
Our ugly, beaten by the base of a truck listeners.
Dude, you do realise you're talking about your other half there? She's one of our listeners, right?
Yeah, I didn't say all of our listeners were like that. You implying that my girlfriend's ugly?
I was just saying you're walking on...
Finish the homebrew, we'll talk later.
Just saying you're treading on dangerous territory there.
Don't make me
He's
axe
polishing the axe, dude.
Right in the
That's not what
face.
he's doing. How could you see that when he was underneath the table?
I'm hoping.
Do the homebrew already.
Seeing as how Adam's not here, I would like our listeners to tell us why Adam's not here. What job is it he has that is so monumentally important that he can't make it here to podcast?
And we don't mean his actual job, because
For those of you who actually know.
Yeah, we mean a fantasy job.
Yeah.
And
What job do you think someone like Adam would be doing that could tear him away from this podcast that he loves so
And you
much?
can't use the following answers, because we have some answers too.
He's running a 14-bedroom brothel, but has no other staff.
That's a good one. Yeah. He's fighting frost giants and Loki.
This could happen.
It's more than likely happening.
Well,
that,
you see-
and he's got this film of his to promote.
I did notice when living with Adam that he sometimes lost all his hair. It might have been a wig. He had a barcode on the back of his head, which was kind of strange. And he sometimes went places in suits. It was very strange.
Personally, I think he wears elevator shoes and dresses up as Kevin Nash.
It's a good
Could
one.
be it.
So you can't use any of those answers, because they were pretty awesome. So you have to come up with your own.
Just tell us what you think Adam is doing that's making him, leave his beloved podcast. What could be so important that could drag him away?
Best answer gets a shiny nothing.
And it is damn shiny, people.
I've polished that nothing to a fine sheen. Fine Charlie sheen.
Oh, I see what you did there!
So it's covered in cocaine and hookers and porn stars. Oh, I
But
made it.
wouldn't you be?
Did you know they tried to make a porn of that?
Yeah, I heard.
Only one of the porn stars actually signed up for it.
Hey, you got to remember.
There's a reason you couldn't put that much sex in a porno.
You got to remember one thing about porno. It's taken Warner Bros. And DC several years to try and do a Justice League movie. Pawn whacks it out in about 6 months. Literally as well. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's it for this lock-in. It's only a short one. We need to ease back into it since we've been away and Adam's not here, and he usually makes it longer anyway.
Yeah.
Because, he keeps rattling on about Odin's Raven and stuff like that.
So yeah, we shall be back next week, without fail, this time.
Hopefully. Touch wood.
No.
Please.
No.
I'm lonely.
I'm kicking you out of my house now.
I can't, I have an axe.
He likes it in the garden.
No, I'm running away.
So, goodbye unless you're listening on Deja Vu. In which case, hello.
Well, that was Elijah Huda. Joined also by Chaos AV. And saying goodbye is me, Internet Celebrity Gold, ladies and gentlemen. Woo, woo, woo. Somebody's got to be the egotistical one. It's me, Stu Starkages. Have fun. Listen to something else, as long as it's us. Night, everybody.
You have been listening to the Old House and visitors at www.oldoilhouse.co.uk.